Hello YouTube. Today I want to show you how I decolor grade without color space, the way I used to do transformation, or CST. What exactly CST does, it just converts your log into Rec 79, which gives you how your camera it look before curved into log. Log is what you see now in our screen, which is low of saturations and a construct. Our picture looks very washed out and flat. Before Rec 79 came up, or Rec 2020, people used to do manual construct, which is nowadays doesn't happen. It's all style of color correcting. Rec 79 already gives you everything you need: saturation, construct, dynamic. Also, you may convert your footage into another log if you shot on different camera. Maybe I shot with a Lumix, then later on I took Sony, which is Vlog and S-Log. What's happening, I'm about to have different color space, color sense. So to avoid that, I might convert both of my V and S log into maybe area vector. Then I do my conversions, then nobody will realize we have two different cameras. Okay, let me jump into my manual exposing without color space. As I told you, I used to do color space a lot, especially I'm huge fan of SS, but today we go do manually. So manually exposing, it has a lot to do in there. As you can see, our picture is very flat. It's very washed out, so we have so much to do in there. Before I jump into anything so further, let me first show you how does exactly color space processing before I do my manual process. Okay, if you see these pictures, we shot on a slug, which is a slug, I think a slug 2 or slug 3. Let me try out. Okay, I just try my S gamut, and then let me try to, I think it was S log 2. Yeah, I think it was S log 2. Let's try S log 3. Okay, I changed this one, so I have to make it. All right, as you can see, this is S log 2. This is S log 8. I think it was S log 3 cine. And then whenever I just do my Rec 709, it's going to convert it into Rec 709s like this. This is how people like do color space, because it already gives you everything that you need. A saturation, you see the before, the way the saturation was, and you see after, the way the saturation now. You see the construct, the way everything is right in part. So this is how camera took the pictures, or how people saw in the shot on a set, how they look before how they look before it's converted into log curve. Log is just a curve. It's a curve which is people took off the saturation. You see these pictures, it's already it looks like standard. So whenever I took my construct down, it go give me that's a flatly stuff. Sorry. All right, let me show you. You see now it looks very flatly. This is what I'm about to tell you. You see this and this, not much different. You see, this is how it looks. So is it because we have a bit of color, so I can reduce the saturation to get that. You see, it's curved. You see, there is not much difference from my original log, which is I've got from my camera, and this one log, which is I auto log my pictures there. That is what your camera does when you switch to your log profile, but the color is right there. So yeah, okay, let me not explain too much. Let me try do my manually exposing. I'm going to have my first node, which is primary. This one is about control my exposure. But before I go there, I used to make first the saturations. So I'm going to saturate my picture all the way over to see my color if it's perfectly, because the log they reduce saturation negative 50%. So I think I have to increase 50% to have that natural look. And then I'm going to construct my picture. I don't know where I'm about to go, but let me try out. Maybe 1.3. I think this one's good. This is nice to my construct. And then I go jump into my curves. I bring down my shadow tiny bit. This one's looking good. And I'll increase my highlights just tiny bit. I don't want to over highlight my picture. It's because it's already, you see, this is how I manually expose my picture. No huge difference with the other Rec 79 that I told you. They already did it manually. This is how Rec 79 works. So as if, let's pretend that this is my Rec 79. So I'm going to export my lights and make it looks like this is Rec 79. So I'm going to use this maybe lighting even to next videos if it's work perfect. But I think you have to do manually. It's a very, very perfect option. All right. For the progressions, let me keep progressing to my grade. So I think I have to fix my white balance, because this picture, it's very, very cold. I think I have to increase my warm. I have to warm up this tiny bit, Yeah, something like that. I think this one is good. You see, it look very perfect. So here now I can just do other stuff that I used to do. Maybe I can custom curves my picture to have more contrast. Let me do so. This one's perfect. I think I just overdo it. So let me reduce it a tiny bit like there. I think this one's good. Okay. Another things I can do there is just my saturation. This is maybe I can call it saturation 2, which is controlling separation, my separation saturation, which is giving vibrance to my picture from my background to my foreheads the way I used to do. So I increase all of my saturations and reduce into some parts which I see I have to reduce there, especially to my warm and my yellowish. I go reduce there, and my bluish to my pinkish are also going to reduce there. You see, I want to be like this. You see, before and after, it has tenor of a tears, and the tears, increase the tenor bit. So let me keep moving. What I can do there, maybe the fixer. Right. But I think you just understood what I was trying to say. So do not complicate it about color space. What is color space and blah blah blah. People tell you about color space. You just do what is best for you to do to get a perfect picture. So never be complicated about color space. But to me, I'm huge fan of color space, especially when it comes to SS. SS is one of a color space that I often like to do when it comes to my grade. So right into here, what I can do so further, I'm going to fix my skin tone. Whenever I see my skin is a bit of a reddish, so I don't want those reddish into my picture. So I'm going to click this guy over there and reduce that reddish and make it everything in under control. But okay, I think we're good now. Let's see before and after the changes there. Okay, all right. Vectorscope, let me bring back this one. All right, I think this one's good. Okay, another things I could do is just make my look. But before I jump on my look, let me do my grade, my skin tone. Before I jump into my look. Also, Rec 79 is part of good if you have different clips. You know, it's just it gives you more fastness. You don't have to waste your time do your manual exposure, but if you just do Rec 79, you have to do to fix sometimes. Maybe sometime I found this out whenever I do Rec 79. My picture is very overexposed. Sometimes is just too much dark, so I have to fix by raising my exposure. So yeah, but it's already give you nice contrast, nice saturation and dynamic. It's awesome. Okay, I'm talking too much today because I want you to understand perfectly what exactly I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going to do my skin tone. I'm going to do my skin tone. All right. I'm going to select my skin perfectly. As I told you before, this is a B footage, so everything that you do, it's going to affect even the other. So you have to do a lot of denoising and the blush to have a nice transition from your selections. So I'm going to bring down my blush or whatever till I get yellowish to my picture. Yeah, something like that. And then also I'm going to bring down my green until I get an orange. And also I'm very aware with my gamma right there. I think now it's good. So I'm going to compress down my lift to have darkish, something like that. And also I'm going to increase my gamma just a bit because I don't want it to be too much darker. Then I think I have to reduce the saturations to naturalize this one. Yeah, I think this is before. Yeah, this is before and this is after my skin tone. Let me increase my saturation. Boom. All right. Before I jump to my look, there is one thing that I like to do. Let me do my FPC, my prints, light color. I want warm picture, so I'm going to do the same process into my offset. Offset is like exposure when I control exposure, and also uh temperature whenever I control my color. So if I control my color to my offset, it's like I'm controlling my temperature. So do not be confused with this guy. I want that warm tone. I think this one's good. 0.3 is enough. Let's see before and after. It's not there yet, so let me overdo it. I think that's enough. All right, let me do my luma. Okay, let me do my luma. You have to be careful in here. You see this luma, the way it, the way it's processing, it's different with the luma that we use, especially we do especially the moments that we do what we call it, we do color space. So right into here, make sure you just you're not doing too much. I think something like the sharp. Okay, into my IPC, I have to bring into my something like that. I don't want it to be too much yellowish. I want that orange just turn a bit. All right, and then I'm jumping to my look and see what I can just change. You see, I don't want that blue, so I'm going to change my blue into my tier to have a nice orange in here, something like there, looking nice. Also, I'm coming to my highlights. I want my highlights to be very yellowish. If you focus on there, yeah, this one's good. It looks very cinematic. Yeah, it's too much yellowish. Also, let me come to my APC and reduce opacity a bit to have a nice separation. Even though it's warm, but I want the separations to still be on survival. All right, I think I have to do my vignette. Okay, to because he is our hero, so he has to to have more light than the others. So yeah, let's try out, see what exactly. All right, it's nice. Let's see before. This is before, this is after. Yeah, man, this is how we color grade without color space. Okay, so after this, I think I have to do a gloss to give nice look to our pictures. But to my look, there is some stuff I want to fix. Maybe my greenish to be yellowish, I think. Okay, let me try my glow to see how exactly they look. All right, I think. No, let me try the glow from Magic Bullet. This one's top. Okay, it's Magic Bullet opened. I'm going straight to my matte, and then I'm going to use this diffusion. So this is a glow from Magic Bullets. It's called diffusions, but its work similar with the glow of DaVinci Resolve. I don't know what glow you often like to do, but me, I kind of like diffusions. It's looking nice. I can separate well my glow with my highlighter, with my subject, with that ruining my pictures, because sometimes the glows are used to do some brightness to the pictures, especially to a subject. Sometimes interacting with the subject, which is one of reasons I don't often like to get into my pictures. So I'm going to resize down my glow until 3%, and then I'm going to increase my glow because I want those washing of glows to be very, very glowy. So I think here it's pretty dope. I can even switch the color of a glow. Let's see before. This is before, this is after. It's looking amazing, man. I kind of feel it. Okay, I think we enough there. I think I don't have to do anything so far. This picture is looking very nice. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you got something. I hope you learn about exposing your pictures manually and auto exposing by using color space. Sometimes it's better to do color space. I think this way for the professional colorist. If you are the beginner and you want to reach so further to your goals, please, you can do manually to learn more about exposing before comes to manual, because sometimes you go somewhere, you know, see those color space LUTs or what it's going to be very, 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 very hard time to you to do the perfect things that you often do because you lack of something. So to me, I can do whatever I think to do. So I can do manually, I can do auto exposing by Rec79. All of those stuff I get a similar result. So see you next tutorial. I think you have a nice 2023s. As I promised you, this time now I have very, very, very huge tutorial for you guys. I have discounted 40% to my masterclass. Inbox me, check me there, to my email, check me to my WhatsApp. We can talk about the classes, the private classes. See you in the next video. Thank you.